channel, Future Tarot. Someone's bringing bad vibes and dead weight this week. And I feel like it's time for you to smudge that energy right out. So, this will be for the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Libra. Take the messages that resonate with you. Toss the universe what does not. It's not meant for you. That's okay. Check out your other placements and the readings that go along with that to get more guidance if you don't find it here. Okay? As you can see, we did a smudge, a clearing of your energy. We're going to use the singing bowl real quick. As I do so, taking that deep breath in and then exhaling whenever you feel so inclined to do so. It's going to help balance your energy, set your intentions, sort of prepare for the messages, okay? Peace, love, health, and wealth, Libra. Like I said, there was definitely a feeling of a lot of bad vibes, dead weight coming around you this week. We are coming into that seriously powerful full moon energy in Scorpio tomorrow. So it's transformation, it's release, it's things that have to shift and end and die and let go. So that's kind of karmically what you could be feeling right now, is just this energetic sort of cleanse happening within yourself. And that's where the dead weight has got to go. So taking a look at the energies that I sort of meditated on, I got 17, the fates coming out for you. This is all something that's very karmic, fated, something that was sort of meant to happen, preordained in your lifetime. We have many things that are preordained. We obviously have free will, of course, but this is one of those things where this was definitely a person, place, or thing that was meant to come in and teach you, you know, a lesson in you know, romance, learning, a lot of to be flexible, to have experience your growth, take, you know, and boundaries. You know, there's a real sense of understanding boundaries coming in here for you, Libra. We have number 19, flexible, coming out in reverse. Now, maybe I feel like you've been a little bit too flexible, bending at everybody's will. It'd be kind of people-pleasing energy. That energy is shifting. You're no longer willing to do that. You're sort of looking at that, okay, maybe I've been too flexible, or maybe I need to be a little bit more flexible. That will all depend on you. But for a lot of you, I think this people-pleasing, don't know when to say no, let everybody keep kind of pushing their, you know, your boundaries aside for the, and you kind of letting it happen for the sake of something, for the greater good of what you think is something. So, and I feel like it could be a sense of home, because we do have no place like home coming out, card number 50 for you. So this could be, you know, you don't want, this is something you put a lot of hard work and dedication into your home life. And so it is, you know, when our home life starts to shift and go in a negative direction in our life, that often impacts us in a great big way, because, you know, that's all we know. That's our foundations, right? So when our home life is, you know, shaky, or especially for a Libra, you know, the sign of justice scales, it really causes internal imbalance within yourself. We've got this communication card coming out, that snow mood coming out. I feel like you're going to be receiving some sort of communication, either from your own internal self or some sort of message, literal communication coming in for you. But we also got Justice, Libra, which come out, and, you know, it's your energy, so you're coming into your own sense. It's also a sense of balancing the scales. The things that need to sort of shift and change is happening right now more than ever for you. Vitality, number 22, coming in for you as well, Libra. That's a master number. So I feel like you really could be mastering your own, you know, emotions, your inner vitality, coming out of this with feeling, you know, rested and rejuvenated. I don't feel like this is a negative energy that you're coming out of. You're just coming out of one where I feel like you're no longer tolerating the energies, people, places, or things that have sort of been present in the past. You're taking it for what it is, whether, you know, people came in there for a season, a reason, or a lifetime, right? You're taking it for what it is, and that's what it is, and, you know, you're letting go of the rest. We're going to take out the Celtic cross for you as well. I keep hearing, and in my head right now, you know, Spirit keeps saying, you know, you're never going to win if you're playing by someone else's rules. So take that how it resonates with you. Can I get Sun, Rising, Venus signs of Libra? It's coming in here for Libra. We will clarify, and then I will draw a card from the Waitlet Oracle. We'll read that from the short passage from the book. It's quite powerful, and it's been doing a lot of really good things for the, you know, energy of the cards. Sorry, my mind is all over the place here. All right. Look at that. That King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn coming in for you. I like this. This is you sort of focusing on, rooting down on your wealth, focusing on what's important to you, getting to the root of what is going to make you money and your foundations. This could also represent a masculine figure in your life, a father figure for some of you. But Libra, this is somebody that is definitely rooted in abundance, focusing on growing and accumulating. They're also very dedicated to hard work and maturity, right? Focusing on, you know, what it takes to build the strong foundations underneath, right? I'll take a look at what's crossing you. This could be helping or hindering you at this time, Libra. We've got that Taurus Hierophant card coming out for you. So this is crossing you. This could be traditions crossing you, or a sense of tradition. Marriage for some. It could be a marriage issue coming in, but this could just be that. Or it could be you also seeking mentorship in some way now, you know, regarding your work or career life. Now, if that's the case, then be open to it. Don't let it hinder you. Take the advice that's given. If you're looking for, you know, sort of mentorship in some way, I feel like don't be closed off and when you do receive it. Traditionally, I feel like you're focusing on, again, what you know. Hard work pays off, and that's, I think I commend that. You're really focusing on shifting the energies that were present before. We have that Five of Swords coming out in reverse. You're moving away from conflict in your influencing position. I like that. You're no longer going to stick around and sort of be attacked on that energy. As you can see, that hive is no longer being attacked. You are moving away from everything that was conflicting you or stopping or hindering you from, you know, your growth in terms of your wealth and your sort of pentacles, so to speak. That is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, so that is your energy. And I feel like, you know, the attack that you're kind of healing and sort of on recover mode from the attack that you've been, you know, recently undergoing. So that could also be that sense of trying to replenish within, right? We have that Two of Cups in reverse. Now, this is in your sort of root of the reading. So, you know, this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, but we all know the Two of Cups is regarding love. This could be a broken sense of love or a sense of a union that, you know, didn't turn out to be what you thought it was. This could have been something that you guys recently separated or recently going through a separation. But it's definitely a sense of unrequited love here. Not reciprocal, right? And that could be for some of you again. Coming in, it doesn't mean it wasn't meant to be or that there was nothing to take from this experience. This isn't a waste of time. I want to be clear about that. That's not what relationships are. This was definitely one that came in like a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And no matter what it is, you got to take a look at it for what it's present and the messages and the lessons you were there to receive. Look at that. You're coming out in the recent past. Justice. Look at that. Removing the ouch, removing the sting in that card there that's prevalent for you. Taking control of the situation. And part of your healing is removing what is causing you pain. Like that, and like I said, that those, you know, bad vibes that are bringing that dead weight. This is exactly that. This is you removing the dead weight, the sting, essentially. And this is justice, so that is powerful for you in that sense, because that's your own energy really coming back in the recent past. So I feel like if you've been, you know, probably going through it, understanding this, starting to look at the changes you need to make to protect your own inner, you know, vitality and health. We have that Seven of Cups coming out in reverse for you. Indecision, can't make up your mind. If you know, you're just too many choices. Well, in reverse, I feel like you do know exactly which choice. You're starting to narrow the choices down. You're starting to see that, you know, all the options weren't exactly what you thought they were. They weren't all the glitters, and it was, you know, there's a sense of looking at this sense of choice. Now, you have to follow your intuition to get to the answer that you really want. Stop looking outside and everything else for the answers, right? You could be making a muck out of yourself by creating more, you know, looking for more pathways instead of taking a choice on one, okay? The overall energy of the reading, you have the Hermit card coming out in reverse, Virgo energy. That's your overall energy. You've been in isolation for far too long. When the Hermit's coming out in reverse, is saying get out of isolation. It's time for you to stop doing. You've been doing the healing, you've been doing the feeling, and you definitely work through the moments of introspection. I feel like you got all the information you could possibly need from that hermit moment. So it's time to sort of get up, dust yourself off, and proceed, and use your lantern, so to speak, to guide the way here. Ooh, look at that rebirth coming out in reverse in your environment. This awakening is just on the precipice, but you got to allow it. You got to sort of allow aha moments. Got to be, you know, made to happen here. You have resisting, you know, you're not nurturing yourself into allow this rebirth to happen. And with this full moon coming in tomorrow, you're just one step away. But this is an awakening of sorts, where this epiphany moment is the universe is kind of nudging and shoving along for you. You've been just straight flatlining and ignoring. It's time to stop ignoring what you know to be true. You can't keep ignoring it, right? It doesn't serve a purpose to ignore what is present and inevitable. Yeah, lots of worry. Nine of Swords in your hopes and fears. You're definitely focusing on the worry, sleepless nights, a lot of things that are in your mind. You're running amok of it, stirring things over and over and over. You can't see a solution to the problem because A, you're not getting enough rest to think about it, and B, you just keep creating and thinking about the same, you know, problem, no solution to it. So you're just creating a real unfortunate mental mess of the situation. You need to get some rest, take a good, you know, hot shower, maybe a walk, and that'll do you a world of good. But allowing this, whatever is keeping you up at night, to seriously impact your everyday going forward is just causing a mental breakdown of sorts. You know, emotionally, it's starting to lose the ability to function and keep going here. It slowly but surely will happen. You know, you got time for a nap there on the bottom of the deck. It is definitely time for a nap for you. You need to take a break, and not to hermit down, just take a break to sort of recover from the hermit down, right? Yeah, that Four of Pentacles coming out. Look at that. The smoke is sort of settling and rising. So, you know, you can look back at this as saying, okay, yeah, this is your foundations. They've been a little bit rocked. They've been a little shaken. But the smoke is going. The smoke is clearing. It's like you still have abundance there. You still have wealth. You still have something layered with the Four of Pentacles. But you definitely have to take a look at how you're going to do something differently in the future, because, you know, to save your, you know, hide, essentially, so to speak. You do have that Emperor on reverse on the bottom of the deck, as well as that Princess of Wands. There could be a male or masculine figure in your life that's sort of controlling, or need for control that's prevalent. But Libra, this is definitely a time for you to be the only authoritarian in your sort of circle at this time. Can you clarify that King of Pentacles for Libra, please? Clarifying that King of Pentacles for Libra. Eight of Wands. Okay, it's time to avoid the conflict. This is just sort of everybody coming at you, throwing the swords. It's just constant attack. The Eight of Wands reverse, you're dodging it. You're letting it go. You know, put up the shield, do whatever you need to do. But this Eight of Wands is saying, okay, in order to get your wealth, you have to sort of let go of those negative energies. You have to push aside the thought patterns, the opinions, because everyone's got one. They're like assholes, right? So everyone's got one. Time doesn't, right? It's time to take a look at back. Take a look at what you're accepting about their opinions, right? Clarify that Tower Hierophant card for Libra. You could be questioning structural systems within yourself as well right now, and you're kind of looking for an internal shakeup, not wanting to follow the norm, society. That Ace of Wands coming in, an opportunity that could be rooted in tradition, and that's why you're sort of backing away from it, resisting it, because you're like, well, I've done it all by tradition so far, and it hasn't really panned out, so you're kind of backing away from it. Just because it almost seems like it's rooted in the very same path that you just took, right? So I don't think that's necessarily true, just because it has the same sort of systems grounding it doesn't mean it's going to be the same, right? Can I clarify that Five of Swords for Libra, please? The devil. The devil's in the details, right? So this is the devil that's coming in, somebody that likes to stir the shit pot, bring in those bad vibes, that dead weight, and they're constantly causing the conflict within your system, the dynamic. They just really internally want to create chaos there. It's time for you to look at those energies and release yourself from the chains that bind you to that energy. This could be very well in love because you do have that Two of Cups coming out in reverse. So this could be that union that, you know, recently broke or is on the precipice of breaking, Libra, and you definitely feeling a little bit like this person had the devil's mask on, so to speak. It was definitely not honest or authentic. That Knight of Pentacles coming out in reverse. You know, that is a slow sort of moving knight, but you're sort of getting up, you know, on your horse again, so to speak, trying to focus on where you need to go in terms of direction. And you could be a little bit struggling because you, again, this person is coming and, you know, really trying to continuously store that energy within yourself, right? The Ace of Cups coming out. New love comes in with that Justice card in the recent past. You could be presenting with a new love, but this could be you finding new love of self again through this Justice, with this rebalancing of sorts that's coming in. And as you do that, you're going to feel the love for self, and then you're going to be able to open up and offer your cup to somebody else as well. Right? Can I clarify that Seven of Cups for Libra? The Chariot card, double sevens out for you. Determination, you know, this is beautiful energy, Cancer energy, but determined to go forward. Don't focus again on the choices before you, that Seven of Cups. Narrow down the choices either via pros and cons list, but start to narrow them down. Pick one, get determined, and move forward, right? That's what you need to do. Stop creating a muck out of, you know, more situations than you truly need here. Libra, can we clarify that Hermit card in reverse for Libra, please? There it is, the Tower card coming out for you. Oof, yeah, it's a moment that is definitely put you in that Hermit down moment. The Tower moment puts you into you know, Hermit down. You've been isolated and for some time, but now it's time to come out of that isolation. Can I clarify that Rebirth card for Libra, please? Clarifying Rebirth for Libra here. You know, whatever Tower that came in to sort of rip away the structures that were no longer serving you, it did its purpose, and it's removed what has no longer serving you. The World card is coming in, completion in your environment. This is coming to a close, a cycle. This is a rebirth that's really going to have a service purpose here, Libra, because you're really going to get the completion out of this that you've been really looking for some time. Can I clarify that Nine of Swords for Libra, please? Clarifying that Nine of Swords. Woo. We have the Hermit in reverse again. Wow, wow, wow. You definitely got it. This double nines, triple nines out here for you as well. 9 and 9. Wow, wow, wow. This is you definitely taking back, right? You've been in Hermit mode way too long, and that's causing this Nine of Swords worry, endless sleepless nights, causing you to really not lose sight of what you're working on or focusing at all, and how you're going to go about releasing yourself from the devil that's sort of keeping you bound or chained to something. Can I clarify that Four of Pentacles for Libra, please? Yeah, the Four of Swords coming out. Woo, you are just being double fours out. Another master number for you, 44. Again, worry, sleepless nights. You are definitely got it all focused on. You're worried about your wealth, your work life, your home life. You're definitely got a lot of worry here. You got High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, as well as that Knight of Wands. Libra, you have to really let go of the worry here and start to balance your, you know, internal systems, and so the anxiety starts to dissipate. You're kind of, what you think about, you bring about, right? So you could be bringing back in just the same negative energy you're trying to release. So focus on what is truly authentically right and not what you're trying to let go of, right? Okay. Let's take a look at what your White Light Oracle healing message is, and then we will read it from the book. Perfume of Sophia, number 12. Okay, we'll see if we get any others for you. Okay. We have Shekania. Not sure if I'm saying that right. Probably totally butchering that. So just hold on 1 second. Okay. The spiritual worlds want to help you resolve your worldly concerns. It is safe for you to rely on Spirit as a loving, protective, helpful, and practical presence, able to positively affect all areas of your life, including facilitating the resolution of physical problems. Do not limit your spirituality to concepts. Instead, apply your higher knowledge and principles. Grow your wisdom and live your path. Acknowledge your value as a person, as a soul. Treasure the gift of your path and let your spirituality integrate with all facets of your life. Beautiful message. And number 12, Perfume of Sophia. Okay. You will be able to sense the best timing and approach to take to create space for healing and resolution. Connect your body and ground yourself in here and now with body-friendly practices. You will find your way intuitively and instinctively, even through confusing circumstances, where one moment you are sure the answer is no, and the next moment you're sure it is yes. Give up trying to figure out the answer right now and remain open. With positive but relaxed expectations, that clarity shall emerge spontaneously according to divine timing. So stop worrying. It's not going to do you any darn good anyhow. So let it be. Let divine timing happen according to your life path and your plan. Till next time, namaste.